Hello everyone, Batman 2049 back with another What If. This is a new one. It's what if Goku decided to use a sword. Now there are no pictures of Goku as a kid, so this is Kid Gohan, but I'm going to use that as the avatar for Goku as a kid. Alright, now, we start off this episode right after Goku beats King Piccolo. Alright? He's training up on Kami's lookout, and Kami comments, "Goku, that power pole of yours you've used over the years. Why did you abandon it?" "I didn't abandon it, Kami. I needed it to get up here." "Not what I meant, boy." "Oh, you mean all the times I didn't?" "Yeah." "Well, it just seemed like it was more of a hassle to carry around." "I wish I could use a sword, though, like Yamcha. That's pretty cool." "Really? A sword?" "Yeah, why?" "Come with me, boy." Goku goes into Kami's lookout and finds a sword stuck in a stone. That's right, it's the Z sword. "Kami, what is it?" "It's a sword that fell from the heavens. I have no clue what it is. I just know that Popo can't even remove it, and he's stronger than I am." "Really?" "Yes. I think you should train here for a couple of years. And when you're done, you'll be able to lift that sword no problem." "Alright, Kami." Goku does the same training that he did before with Kami. Training up on the lookout, going in the hyperbolic time chamber, yada yada yada. He comes back to Earth, and when he gets back for the tournament, his friends see him with a sword behind his back. With a sword behind his back. That's right, the Z sword. In the time Kami had him there, he was able to remove it. He didn't break it, but he removed it. So he decided to use it as his own. It's made him 10 times stronger than his original power was. His power was at 416. When he pulled it, he couldn't lift it very well. And you might be thinking, well, how the heck did he pull it when Super Saiyan Gohan had trouble? He accidentally tapped into the power of a great ape, pulling it out, and unlocked wrathful Goku. When he pulled it out, he realized how heavy it was, and then he needed that power to wield it. So, after he got a little bit older, say about 16, 17 years old, he went into the hyperbolic time chamber with the sword and the increased gravity. When he left the time chamber, his power was equal to 1,500. Okay? Let that sink in for a second. Now, when he goes to the tournament to battle Piccolo Jr., Chi-Chi, and all the others, he has the sword with him, behind his back, in the sheath. But he doesn't use it throughout the whole fight. When he battles Chi-Chi, they still get married, and when he battles Piccolo, he unsheaths the sword. He yells to Piccolo, "Hey, I want to see something. Catch." He throws the sword at Piccolo Jr. Piccolo Jr., when he catches it, he collapses right down to the stadium. He's trying to lift it, but he just can't. "What is this thing? And why is it so heavy?" "Don't ask me. Kami had it up on the lookout." "Really? That old fossil? You trained with him?" "Don't call him an old fossil. He's stronger than I was at the time. Now I'm stronger than anybody around here. So, I just wanted to see if you could lift it, but apparently not." Goku goes over to Piccolo, picks it up, sheaths it, and with one swift kick, knocks Piccolo out of the ring, and says, "You should train, Piccolo. You're not evil like your father was." Now, I have somewhere to be. Him and Chi-Chi go, get married, and pretty much some of the same stuff happens all the way up to when Raditz gets there. Goku's fighting with Raditz hand to hand, and then he notices the sword and goes, "Ah, brother, why don't you unsheath that thing behind your back?" "My sword?" "Yes, whatever it is." "Fine, but I gotta warn you, if I do this, you'll be dead." "What do you mean?" "My power is at, last time we checked, 400 something. If I unsheath this, my power will skyrocket. There's something about this sword. It amplifies the user's power to a great lengths." So Goku closes his eyes, reaches behind him, and pulls the sword out. Instantly, Raditz Scouter goes from 400 to 1,500. Ah! You are strong, brother. Maybe you're not such a weakling after all. Maybe I shouldn't have kidnapped your son. Yeah, but it's late now, brother. They clash and clash and clash and clash. And then finally, Raditz put his arm up to block a blow, and it shatters the sword in half. Goku is angry. He'd grown accustomed to wielding that sword, and with one swift kick, knocks Raditz out. But when he looks around, he sees an elder man standing right beside him. So, you're the one who pulled the Z-sword? Yeah. Why? I was trapped inside it by an evil cat creature. How about I train you? And that pinhead over there on the ground. That pinhead happens to be I know who he is. I've been inside the sword watching everything. And I will train you, kid. But not here. You and me will go to the other world and train on a planet known as King Kai's world. As they go there, Goku, King Kai, Raditz, all train under the Elder Kai. One day, Raditz looks over at his brother and goes, Hey, I'm sorry for all the trouble on Earth. I was just angry. I've forgiven you, Raditz, but that doesn't mean I still trust you yet. So, out of the blue, the Elder Kai goes up to King Kai and says, King Kai goes up to the Elder Kai and says, Why are we training them again? Well, I think it would do good for them. After all, I plan on unlocking one of their potentials. King Kai teaches Raditz the Kaioken and Goku the Genki Dama. One day, the Elder Kai walks up to Goku and says, You missed that sword, huh? Yeah. I'll tell you what. Let me unlock your potential, and I'll forge one out of a metal so strong it can't be broken by anyone. Deal. So 24 hours later, boom! Ultimate Goku. Now this Ultimate Goku is equal to the power of Super Saiyan Goku on Namek. Let that sink in for a second. Super Saiyan Goku on Namek. Right after the Raditz arc, okay? He is OP. And he'll have a sword that is so strong it could cut through anything. So, when they get wished back because Vegeta and Nappa arrive, Goku arrives on Earth with the new sword behind his back. It's not an identical copy of the Z-sword, it's more like a katana. I wish there were pictures of it, but I can't find one. So, he goes to Earth and says, Raditz, I want you to go back to my place and see if Chi-Chi's okay. Will do, brother. What about Gohan? He's been training with Piccolo. They should be fine. So, they're back at least 2 days earlier than they need to be. Raditz and Nappa Nappa and Vegeta haven't showed up yet. Goku's standing on the ground, back on Earth, and takes a deep breath. And for the first time, he powers out. He powers out of the ultimate form he's been in. Man, that form is strong. When he powers out, his power level is 500,000. He finds Piccolo and Gohan, them training and training and training, and then he sees Gohan wielding a sword. He says, Hey, son! He runs over to his dad and says, Dad! It's good to see you! Likewise, son, I've been watching you. Your training has progressed very well. Hey, Piccolo. Yeah, that sword you gave him. Why? I didn't want to disgrace your honor, Goku, so I figured I'd give him a sword just like you had. Speaking of it, the sword, where is it? Oh, I gave it to my brother to hold as a keepsake for now. I'm still using it, but I'm not using it right this moment. Ah. By the way, what was that tremendous power we felt earlier? Yeah, that was me. How? Long story, I'll tell you about it later. So he trains Gohan and Piccolo for the remaining 2 days. They get immensely stronger. Then the day arrives. Nappa, Vegeta show up. Goku had this plan where Raditz would pretend to be on their side. So, Nappa arrives, Vegeta arrives, Raditz walks up to Vegeta and goes, Prince Vegeta, it is so good to see you. Raditz, what are you doing here? Well, after my brother perished, I decided that I'd wait for you two to show up. I've been training here a full year, using the Earthlings as bait. Vegeta goes, let me guess, you trained alongside them to get stronger, but all along you really had no intention of joining them. Exactly, I just baited them. Vegeta goes, ah, Raditz, that is truly evil. Ah, I knew you were a good Saiyan. Hey, Nappa. What? Vegeta points his hand up and says, bye-bye, and blows a hole right through Nappa's chest, killing him instantly. Vegeta says, let that be a reminder of what will happen to you if you cross me. Raditz is giggling in his head. Oh, if you only knew. Raditz says to Vegeta, I would never cross the Prince of all Saiyans. I am a mere fly compared to you. Indeed you are. So, everyone starts showing up. But Vegeta sees Kakarot. I thought you said he was dead. He was. I don't know how he came back. Raditz winks at Goku. Goku's like, damn you, Raditz. I thought I could trust you. But it turns out I was wrong. And then Goku throws a capsule on the ground and boom, his sword pops out. He grabs it, puts it around him and says, looks like I'll have to kill you both. Then Goku powers up into his ultimate form. Which, in the 2 days he had, took Gohan to the Elder Kai and got his potential unlocked. Now Gohan is the second strongest at a power level of 500,000. Goku, well, just for the sake of variety, we'll put him at 3 million. Anywho, Goku suppressed heavily against Vegeta and Raditz. He walks up behind Raditz and goes, boom, right upside him, knocking him out. Or so Vegeta thinks. Vegeta laughs and says, ah, Kakarot, what a fool I was to trust your brother. Vegeta's about to blow Raditz away when Goku puts his sword out and goes, you do that and you'll be minus a hand. Kakarot, did your brother ever tell you about your father? No. Well then, let me show you a technique he showed us. He creates a power ball, throws it up in the sky. Gohan still has his tail. Goku knows what he's doing because Raditz told him, Gohan, don't look up in the sky. Vegeta turns into a Great Ape and goes, now, Kakarot, let's see if you could mess with the Prince of all Saiyans. Raditz gets up, stands beside his brother and goes, hey, you played that part well. Well, it was your idea. Raditz, you damn fool! He gets ready to stomp Raditz. But somebody pushes Raditz out of the way. Goku turns and looks, and Krillin is crushed. Standing right next to Krillin, dead on the ground, is Tien and Yamcha. Goku is furious. His power spikes. His anger is raging. He taps into the power of an Ozaru. Combined with the ultimate form, he unlocks wrathful ultimate Saiyan form. His power is skyrocketing. The sparks are electrifying. He goes, you will not leave this planet alive, Vegeta. Vegeta laughs hysterically, going, we'll see, you pain in the neck. Goku charges up his power and goes, Kamehameha, and fires it right at Vegeta. Raditz is like, brother, what are you doing? You could blow up the planet. No, Raditz, I won't. I'm not aiming it at Vegeta. What? He curves the Kamehameha wave and blasts Vegeta's tail, disintegrating it to pieces. Vegeta powers down and goes, no! Goku walks over to Vegeta with his sword drawn, puts it right up to Vegeta's face and says, you know, I should kill you for killing my friends. But I won't. I am nothing like you Saiyans. My brother may have a Saiyan, but he's not a pure heart like I am. I trust him with my life, though. But I don't trust you, Vegeta. If you ever come back here again, I will end you. Know this, Vegeta. This power you see, it is not my full. I am using only 20% of my max. Vegeta gets scared, calls his pod and says, we will fight again one day, Kakarot, but for now I will leave you. Just then a voice comes out of the shadow and goes, oh, Goku, trained very well you have. Elder Kai. And we will leave it off right there. Now, I wanted to do this because there aren't many incarnations of Goku using a sword, so I thought it'd be fun. If you have any comments, leave them down below and I'll take a look. Now then, may the power protect you always. Never forget, it's your move. May the force be with you, and Kamehameha bye!